Penny Lemon, she's a rainbow who is 7, although that's a total lie, but she's pretty mental and no one really knows why. As you can see from the video title, it's Mother's Day again. I want to take this moment in this video to talk to you about my mum and all the things that she's done. That rhymes. For me over the past years that I have been alive. First of all, she gave birth to me, so thanks. That really helped. For a while, my mum had to put up with a lot when it came to me. That's how I felt. For quite a few years through high school up to college, I was going through some weird stages and my mum was doing her best to keep up. I went through tomboy, emo, goth, mosher, normal, kind of girly, really colourful. I did the whole thing. And my mum's doing her best to try and understand what I'm doing and why I like it and what I like. But I didn't even know myself. We got to shops and she would show me endless amount of clothes that she thinks that I like, and I'd just be that annoying little teenage girl like, oh my god, my mum doesn't understand me, she didn't know what I like. Shut up, me. She was doing her best. And the fact that she kept trying and didn't just give in and go, you know what, I'll wait until you figure it out yourself. Because it took a while. I finally settled into something that I like and my mum understands it, which is good. My mum always says that she wanted to do what's best for me, and I think she did. I personally think everything that she did do for me was probably the right decision, because I feel like I've turned out alright. I may have moved out to a different country, but that's not to do with her. That's to do with me wanting to try new things. And that's the main thing that she's taught me, really, is to just go and try everything. I have a list now of things that I miss about my mum from the fact that I've moved away. Some of them are old stuff that I miss from when I was a kid, but still. I miss her making me lunch for school or for work, because she would make me chocolate spread sandwiches or tuna sandwiches. I love them both. I think that you just can't go wrong. Or a jam sandwich. Oh, I forgot jam sandwiches. We both have a love for watching musicals, stuff like Mamma Mia or Hairspray. And join on with that, we both are really bad influences on each other when it comes to staying in, watching a film or TV, and eating loads of ice cream or chocolate. If one of us do it, the other has to follow along. That's kind of the rule. My mum works at my old primary school. She did while I was there, and she still does. That was a pointless sentence. And it's really cool actually, because when I left college, I spent a lot of the time going down to school and picking my mum up. Which is fun to say to your friends, like, oh, I can't come out guys, I gotta go pick my mum up from school. We all have nicknames for each other in our family. My mum likes to call me Petunia and Tallulah. I actually don't know why. I kind of have this idea that when she was pregnant and thinking of names for a girl, these were some of the ones that she thought of. And when she chose Penny in the end, it was like, well, I'm gonna call her all the names I wanted anyway. I like calling my mum Mrs. Gledhill, because she works at a primary school. That's what the kids call her, so whenever she comes home, I'm like, Mrs. Gledhill, I'm not working. It's a great way to get her attention, actually. Mom, 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 Julie, Julie, Mrs. Gledhill. Don't call me that! I bloody well miss her cooking. Don't get me wrong, Italian food is just amazing. But you can't beat my mum's butternut squash soup. I tried to make it in Finland and it just wasn't the same. Oh, and when she makes a stew with loads of meat and potatoes and veggies, just, oh. And a roast dinner. And we would make Yorkshire puddings in a really big bowl, so then we could have like a giant Yorkshire pudding that was practically the plate. This is a random one, but I miss having photos with my mum. Because me and my brothers, and usually my dad, would always be pulling a funny face. She's like, can we just have a nice one, please? You're just jealous, Mum, that you can't pull this face. Sunday nights for the past God knows how many years has been like me and Mum night. Because my dad would go off to the pub, and me and her would stay in and watch Heartbeat, or The Royal, or The Returned. If you haven't seen The Returned, it's a French program, but it is just intense. We loved it. And just in general, the main thing I miss is her being there. Like, I talk to her on Facebook, pretty much every day. I Skype her quite a lot. But it's not the same than when she would come home from work, usually soaking wet because it's been raining. She'd just take off all her coats and shoes, maybe run to the toilet, and I'd have a cup of tea for her. And then I'd just ask her how her day was, and we just talk. I think that's one of the things I'm happy to go home to, is going home and just being able to just be with my mum when I want. And my last point to make in this video is the fact that I am postponing Mother's Day. Not for the rest of you mothers, just my mum. The magical Mother's Day fairy is still going to bring you your flowers and chocolates, but the actual day that you're going to spend it with me is being postponed until Sunday the 13th of April, which is when you're here. What a coincidence! I suppose I've not got much else to say than Happy Mother's Day, Mum. I love you!